Here are 5 things you may not have known about the video recording platform called Loom. The first thing you may not have known you can do in Loom is blur certain aspects of your screen share. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you how to do this. So I have the Chrome extension. So I'm going to go ahead and pretend as if I'm recording a video. I'm going to click record and just select the entire screen. And you can even do this mid-screen share. So if you say, oh, I don't want to show that, then you can blur. So in this left corner of the Loom toolbar, I can select to blur content. And I can select anything like this and it'll blur what people see on the screen. And now you can no longer see what I'm clicking on, and then you can resume recording. Side note, I'm showing this in Follow Up Boss, but you may or may not have known Follow Up Boss actually, whoops, I just selected to blur something I didn't mean to. Follow Up Boss has the ability to blur directly in Follow Up Boss. So in the top right corner, if you click on Power Ups, you can select blur mode. Turning this on blurs phone numbers, email addresses, and lead sources. So you'll see here that the lead source under the names are blurred and the sources are blurred. And if I were showing phone numbers, those would also be blurred. The next thing you may not have known you can do is if you mess up live, instead of editing after the fact, because I certainly forget, especially if I'm just trying to shoot a video really fast and I don't want someone to edit my videos and I just want to move on with my day. You say, oh, I messed up, and you can rewind and re-record. So you can click this rewind and trim. And then from here, you see a live view of the video you just created and say, oh, I just messed up right there. So let's trim and resumes. It's going to count down again and allow me to continue on with my Loom video. It's a neat little trick. The next thing you may not have known you can do in Loom is remove background noise. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording and go into the edit view of Loom. So Loom AI is getting better and better. Most likely, I will need to make an updated video of all of the things you can do with Loom AI, but in your edit section, you can select to remove, I believe probably background noise is automatically removed, but you can remove background noise and remove silences. You can also remove filler words. So if throughout the video I was saying or then you can remove that as well. So here we go. Under settings is where you can remove background noise. I have this selected as default to always remove background noise. I'm a mom. I have a 4-year-old. If I'm recording a video, I don't want my daughter to, you can hear my daughter laughing and screaming in the background, then I just make sure this is always on. And so far, this has been a really beneficial tool, and it has worked. It's worked. I haven't had any issues where I'm like, surely they can hear it. One time I had a contractor come over and they were testing the smoke alarms, and it was so loud with the smoke alarms actually going off. I have a smoke alarm in my office, and I thought surely you can hear these smoke alarms going off. So I actually spent the time, I paused, I waited for the smoke alarm to stop, and then I recorded. But then when I watched the video back to edit it, you couldn't hear the smoke alarm. So I just looked like a weirdo where I was just kind of like sitting there like this, thinking, okay, maybe I'm just pondering thoughts, but it was because the smoke alarm was so loud. And it's right there. There's no way the microphone doesn't pick it up, but Loom got rid of that. So tip number 1, you can blur, select to blur certain parts of your screen share. 2, you can rewind and edit. 3, you can remove background noise. 4, you can remove filler words. 5 is for sharing. So I know a lot of people who are watching this may be users of Follow Up Boss or another CRM, and they use tools like BombBomb that they really like, where it shows a video of yourself as if you're talking, but that doesn't happen with Loom. Well, there is a workaround. So if you click the share button, you can click the embed button and click copy as GIF thumbnail. In this case, it's not available because it's not done downloading. Let me see if I can get it to work. There we go. So you can't really tell I'm moving in this one because I'm just doing a screen share, but let me find one where I am talking. Let me find where I am talking, and I'm gonna click share and then click embed. I'm gonna copy thumbnail. Let me just pretend I'm creating an email. I'm going to paste that thumbnail, and you can see, hey, I'm waving, I'm talking with a play button. Now this is not linked. So you want to click this button here to copy the link and highlight this all and insert URL. And now you have a nice looking GIF of you moving, or GIF, depending on what team you're on, of yourself moving for people who will be more likely to click and view the video. One bonus tip I forgot to mention and think through for these top 5 things you may not have known Loom can do is you can change the thumbnail of your video. So under the settings, when you're editing the video, you can add a thumbnail just like you add a thumbnail to YouTube. So if you prefer to not have the moving GIF and you want a thumbnail instead, you can go to settings and add a thumbnail and then share the video. And then you've got a nice pretty thumbnail just like YouTube.